What's up everybody, TheiSwedishVirus here. So last year I did a video called my final thoughts on Modern Warfare 3, and the year before that I did a video called my final thoughts on Black Ops 1. Now in these videos I pretty much talked about how I felt about these two games at the end of their life cycles, if I had enjoyed them, if I thought that the weapons were balanced enough and the perks and the kill streaks and my opinions on the maps and all that fun stuff. So I thought, why not make a video this year again and continue this little mini video series, I guess you can call it, where I talk about my final thoughts on Black Ops 2. So I'm gonna start off by talking about the things that I liked about Black Ops 2 and then talk about the things that I disliked about Black Ops 2. Now, Treyarch has added so many new features and brought so much innovation into Black Ops 2, not only in the multiplayer side of things, but also into the single player and into zombies. Now, in single player, we have the new creator class system that have actually added in the single player. You could change your weapons, your perks, your attachments, and all that fun stuff. And you had Strike Force missions, which I know that a lot of people didn't like, but personally I loved it. I thought that it brought something new and fresh to the campaign, and it was something that I personally really liked. Then we had the different endings that you could get, and I'm not entirely sure about this, but I think that there are 4 different endings in the Black Ops 2 campaign. I might be wrong there, but I believe that there's 4, which makes just the campaign a lot more replayable. Obviously in the previous Call of Duty games you have the one ending, and it was pretty boring to be honest, but the Black Ops 2 campaign really made it replayable, with all new features. And then of course the choices that you have, you could decide to either kill someone or to let him go. And I remember the first time when I actually played the Black Ops 2 campaign, and I got to this scenario where I could either kill someone or let him go, and I was like, what is this? I'm not used to choices Call of Duty. Why? And it's actually really fun because it brings something new and fresh to the campaign, which is something that I really like, and I really like that Treyarch did it. Unfortunately, what I've heard, they're not going to do that in the Call of Duty Ghost campaign, and I think it was Mark Rubin, who is the community manager for Infinity Ward, who actually said that they are not going to do that in Call of Duty Ghost because they don't like it, and they're going to go back to the more linear gameplay style that we've seen in the previous Call of Duty games, with the story modes and all that, which is something that I don't like, but hey, it's Infinity Ward, whatever. But in Treyarch's next Call of Duty title, I really hope that they try to innovate more into the single player game or into the single player campaign. And hopefully they will add even more new features into the campaign, because what people don't realize, especially about the Strike Force missions, is that if you ignore them, then you're gonna get an entirely different ending if you were to do all of them, if you were to complete them and actually succeed with them. So that is one thing that I like, all your choices and all that in the Black Ops 2 campaign will affect the ending of the game, which is something that I really like, and it's something that we haven't seen before. Now, in the multiplayer, there are also a lot of new features. I think that one of the new features that stands out to a lot of people are the pick 10 system. In previous Call of Duty games, you had your primary, your secondary, your perks, your attachments, your lethal, your tactical, and that's it. Now, in Black Ops 2, you could decide to, for instance, if you don't want to play with secondary, you could just remove that and maybe use that point to have an extra perk or an extra attachment on your primary. Or you could decide that, you know what, I don't want to use any weapons at all, just go with my knife and 6 perks. And you could do that, and that is something that I really like about the pick 10 system. It made making a class much more enjoyable, and it made you rethink about what weapons, perks, and all that to use. And it's something that I really liked, and I think it's awesome that Treyarch brought it into Black Ops 2. Another feature that I really like is the score streaks. Now, previously we've seen kill streaks, and score streaks and kill streaks aren't that different, because if you still get a kill, you get closer to your kill streaks. However, score streaks promotes people to play more objective, because if you capture a flag, you get a certain amount of score, and it will count towards your score streak or your kill streak. And I know that this is probably a real bad explanation of the differences between them, but I think for those of you who have actually played Black Ops 2, you know that the difference between score streaks and kill streaks are huge. And personally, being an objective player and playing a lot of domination, I'm just so blessed that Trek has added score streaks, because not only does it, supports objective players like me, and we can actually get a lot more score streaks and kill streaks. It also makes the game more competitive, which is something I like. I know that a lot of people maybe don't like the competitiveness of Call of Duty, and they just want to have fun and play the game and just, have fun basically. For me, having fun in the multiplayer is to play competitively. That is something that I enjoy and I like it. And with that, it leads me into league play. Now, league play is something that we haven't seen before, and it's basically a separate game type where you will be playing like the pros. You play with the same rules, the same weapons that the pro players are using, which is something that I really like, because Black Ops 2 has been one of those games where I've really gotten into competitive gaming. I've been watching a lot more tournaments, Call of Duty World Championships. That was an amazing event. If you didn't watch it, I don't know what's wrong with you. But just that thing was just so amazing, and it made me get into competitive gaming a lot more. League play, for me, I'm not that kind of guy who plays, game battles. I don't have a team and all that. So playing playing league play really makes me feel like I am a pro player, even though I'm not a pro player. But it makes you feel like you are one, and it's just so much fun with league play, and it added something special to the multiplayer, which for me at least kept the game alive for a lot longer than it would have if it didn't have league play. So I really like that. And then obviously in the zombies, we have the new things that you could have buildables. You could build zombie shield, wonder weapons, traps, and all that fun stuff. Obviously there were some things that I didn't like about zombies, but I'm gonna go into that later. Just overall, I'm really happy with all the new features that Drake has added into Black Ops 2 and has added into the Call of Duty series. I really appreciate it, and I think a lot of you do too. They're trying to keeping the Call of Duty series fresh and new, which is something that I and probably a lot of other people agree with and is happy about, because you don't want to do the same thing over and over again, because then the series would get stale and it would get boring. So I really appreciate all the new features that Treyarch has added into the Call of Duty series, and especially into Black Ops 2. Hopefully in Black Ops 3 or in Call of Duty 2014, they will continue to add new features in trying to make the game feel fresh and new. Now, onto the things that I kind of disliked about Black Ops 2, and as I said in the beginning, there aren't really anything that I do dislike about it, but, about the single player, I do wish that the campaign would have been a little bit longer. Obviously, I think I've finished the campaign in about 6 hours, which is pretty standard for a Call of Duty campaign. All the other campaigns is around 6 to 8 hours, and I finished the Black Ops 2 one in about 6 hours, so it's pretty standard. However, I would have liked it to be a little bit longer, because the story was so great that I think that it could have benefited more from being a little bit longer, so that you could have a better or get a better grip about the story. But other than that, there isn't really anything that I complain about in the single player section. In the multiplayer, there's really nothing that I have to complain about. Obviously, in the beginning, when the game was first released, there were some things that I didn't like about it, but now, when they're all gone, I don't have anything to complain about. I know there are probably going to be some people that are thinking, well, what about the LMGs and target finders and the snipers? And in all honesty, I don't really care about the LMGs with target finders. I rarely run into people that are using LMGs, mainly because I know that there is no point of using LMGs because you run so slow with them, and it's just no point, with using them basically. And then about the snipers, if you honestly think that snipers are a game-breaking thing in Black Ops 2, maybe you shouldn't be playing Black Ops 2 or Call of Duty at all, because snipers have been in the Call of Duty series ever since Call of Duty 4, when the whole quick scoping thingy started. So if you want to complain about snipers, maybe you shouldn't be playing Call of Duty at all, and you should go and play Counter-Strike or Battlefield instead. Other than that, nothing to complain about in the multiplayer. In the zombies, however, I know that there's been a lot of people saying that zombies in Black Ops 2 is not as good as it is in, Black Ops 1 or World War. And I agree with that to an extent. Personally, I've been enjoying Black Ops 2 Zombies. I think it's been pretty fun with all this new stuff. Obviously there have been some really awesome maps like Origins, like Alcatraz. Die Rise has been pretty crazy as well. Nuketown, which is one of my favorite maps actually. I know a lot of people are kind of overlooking that map, but I really enjoy it. Zombies have just been really fun this year. Obviously, I think it's been some bad things about it. I think it's been way too complicated. It's just, for instance, in Transit, you have to go through some stuff in order to pack a punch, and I've tried it many times, and I still don't know how it works, and I still haven't packed a punch on Transit because I don't know how to do it, because it's so difficult and complicated. And I think that Treyarch kind of focused way too much on the Easter egg side of things in Zombies this year, instead of just trying to make it simpler and easier for the newcomers and also for us pro zombie players. I hopefully in their next Call of Duty title, Black Ops 3 or Call of Duty 2014, they will try to make zombies both easier but also more complicated. Maybe you could have two different versions. If you want to go the complicated way, you could do that, but if you want to go the easier way, you could do that, and you can change it in the settings and all that. And I know that there's a setting for like survival and all that, but it's not the same. It's just not as fun basically. But other than that, I think the Zombies been really successful this year. I'm looking forward to see what Treyarch has, to do with their next title. I'm really looking forward to that, which is actually kind of weird, considered that Call of Duty Ghosts hasn't even been released yet, and I'm already looking forward to the next Call of Duty title, which I don't know, that might make me a little bit of a Treyarch fanboy. Anyway, that's it for me. Overall, I really enjoy Black Ops 2. I haven't had this much fun with Call of Duty in a long time, probably since Call of Duty 4, which says a lot, to be honest. And in my opinion, Black Ops 2 is one of the best, if not the best, Call of Duty game to date. I really enjoyed it. Leave me a comment about what you think about Black Ops 2. Have you enjoyed it? Have you disliked it? If you could rank it, would it be in your top 3 section of Call of Duty games, or would it be, not there at all? But anyway, that's about it from me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Call of Duty Ghosts is about a week away from being released, and that is actually going to be pretty exciting. I'm going to be uploading a lot of content from that game, obviously trying to make my channel grow, which is something that I always try to do with new Call of Duty games. Anyway, this video has been long. It's been like 15 minutes almost. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you later. Bye.
Storm missile inbound. Lightning strike awaiting coordinates.
Hercules 1-1 in from south, 10 seconds.
Friendly lightning strike inbound. On your feet. Good fight. Time to get paid.